Morning, Joe and the Pro. It's the Prez. It's Thursday. The madness is upon us. And I got Tony Finn with us, one of the best handicappers at WagerTalk.com, a friend of mine, and a legend in this space. Tony Finn, how the hell are you, young man, who's not really young?
It's been raining in the desert here, so I've been hanging out at the desk instead of out on the patio. But all good. How about there north of the border?
No complaints. I went to the hockey game last night in Buffalo, drove an hour and a half with Carmine Bianco. It was a lot of fun. My Leafs won. It was exciting. And today I'm just going to sit around and bet. And you know, I've spoken to I've spoken all week about March Madness, and I just want to reiterate. And you can jump in if you want, but the second half bets are where it's at in the first round of the NCAA. So I'm excited. I mean, I got to watch the game. I got to see the pace. I'm looking for some dogs to hold strong in the first half so I can jump on the faves and get 8 to 9 points of value. And I'm looking for some games to be really low pace in the first half so I can jump on the overs in the second half. That's sort of, you know, the things that I'm eyeing out today as we enter the first round of the madness. And I've got 2 bets going today, which is exciting. I also got a hockey game. So yeah, I'm locked and loaded, brother.
I thought you had 3. Oh, you do have 2 games going today. That's right. I looked at that. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I'm excited. It's Thursday, first day of March Madness. And here in Vegas, if you live here like I do, the first thing you do is avoid the Strip. It's just crazy. This is the busiest weekend, unless New Year's Day falls on a weekend on the Strip in Las Vegas for the entire year.
Well, I'm avoiding the Strip by about 3,000 miles. Tony, before we get into what's happening, I want to tell you we're going to do 3 free picks today. We're going to talk about the Syracuse game, the Nevada game, and the Kentucky game. But I also want to talk to you about what's going on over at WagerTalk.com and give out a promo. And the promo I've got is juicy. Brother, I'm on a 9. I know we're talking college basketball, but let's be honest here. There's NBA and NHL going on as well. And, you know, a bet's a bet and money is money. The money doesn't care where it comes from. It just needs to make it into your bank account. I'm on a 5-1 and 9-3 hockey run. I got a play going tonight. I'll be playing every day throughout the March Madness. I'm on a 9-2 NBA run after winning last night. And last year I went 18-7 in the Madness. Man, I'm rolling at the right time of the year, and I've got a 1-week all-access promo for everybody. If you want 1 week of all my plays, that's hockey and both basketballs, and hey, maybe a couple of baseball preseasons thrown in there, who knows. Prez 89. It's $89 for 7 days of everything. And to give you perspective, Tony, I got a 5-unit play going tomorrow in college basketball. I'm rolling in my 5-unit plays, dude. I mean, utterly rolling in them. And that play is $40. So for $89, you get everything for the next 7 days. So head over to WagerTalk.com and use the promo code PREZ89. What's going on? You're on a 10-1 5-unit run right now, and your 5% plays. You're on a 10-1 run, which is ridiculous.
That's college basketball and that dates back to last year's tournament.
Yeah, 10-1 in your last 11 college basketball 5%ers, and you've got one tomorrow as well. You've got a 6-pack for the first round. It's up at WagerTalk.com. As well, Teddy's got 3 plays going today. And don't sleep on golf. You know, Brady Cannon, unbelievable golf handicapper, and we've got a tournament starting. Well, it's starting very shortly. That's it, my friend. Buster's got a 5% play in college basketball. Carm has got a 4-pack of hockey bets tonight. There's so much going on at WagerTalk. Same with Sports Memo. Please check it all out. Tony, let's get into it, brother. The Baylor Bears, the number 9 seed, facing the number 8 seed, Syracuse. Cuse is really short here, brother. -1.5 to -2. You know, the over and under is 130. Might be a bit high. I mean, Syracuse has trouble getting into the 60s right now. You know,
you couldn't be right about all those. Couldn't be more right about all those things.
The thing that interests me, Tony, about the madness is, you know, we see this every year, and I've spoken all week about it. You know, the teams like North Carolina, Kentucky, Kansas, Duke, you know, Syracuse, Michigan State. I mean, you're going to get 2 or 3 of those teams in the Final Four every single year without fail. And at times, it doesn't even matter how the regular season went. And we see that all the time, especially with Syracuse and Michigan State, where they're so well coached. By the time they get to the dance, you know, 20-13 is Syracuse's record, a number 8 seed. Would you be surprised if they made the Sweet 16? No. They're Syracuse, for Christ's sake. They're -1.5. I think that's a great play. I'm all over the orange.
I would agree with you on that for a couple reasons. First off, without question, Baylor, while Baylor has the more experienced head coach or coaching staff at this point in time, you can't trust them. You can't trust Baylor. They have played so far above their pay grade.
Well, and not only that, they've lost 4 in a row, Tony.
That's correct. And if there is a team that and Baylor does play a zone. They don't play as much zone as they used to, but if anyone can beat a zone, Syracuse and Tyus know how to beat a zone. This is really also, if you look at metrics in this game, and you compare, the Big 12 is a little overrated in my opinion, especially due to injuries. This is the ACC. And if you look at their metrics, Baylor's 4-9 against lesser quad ones. And Syracuse, who was only 3-9 against quad ones. However, their quad ones were ACC teams. Baylor's were injured and crippled Big 12 teams. I like Syracuse here.
Yeah, and you know, Syracuse, like, people are going to look at it and say, well, they've lost 3 of their last 4. They've lost 5 of their last 7. Really? They lost to Duke. They lost to Virginia. They lost to North Carolina. They lost to Duke. Again. Yes. I mean, show me where Baylor has played teams like that.
They haven't. And again, they have played a crippled Kansas club, a crippled Kansas State club, and an Iowa State team that really, which has a ton of NBA talent. 3 guys, I think, are first-rounders on that Iowa State team.
Yep.
They don't really, they're not very cohesive and very, very squirrely.
Yeah, and they got blown out by the Iowa State team. I mean, 83-66, that's 23 points. They haven't covered in 6 games. Yeah, I'm all over Cuse with you, brother. I think they're one of the best bets of the day. -1.5. Over and under 130. You know, I lean on the under in this game, but I'm not going to waste money on it. Syracuse for me.
Yeah.
Number 10, Florida versus number 7, the Wolfpack. Look, Nevada, 29-4 on the season. Really, you know, come out of nowhere. And this team can score, Tony. I mean, look, they only put up 56 in their last game, but 77, 81, and 90 against Air Force. You know, with that said, really no major competition here. Whereas if you look at Florida, you know, they lost to Auburn, they lost to LSU, they lost to Kentucky, LSU again, Georgia. Much better schedule. -3 for the Wolfpack. The over and under here is 134. You know, I'm struggling this game. I'm not going to put any money on this game, but if I had to, I would take Nevada. I just feel like they're a better team. You know, Florida 19-15. Not a good year, and I think they could be one and done.
And I'll play devil's advocate here. Nevada, you mentioned it. Their strength of schedule is as soft as any. And the Mountain West Conference is. Look, Utah State played above their pay grade. We talked about that as Baylor as well. But this San Diego State team, which is pedestrian, has beat Nevada twice in the last 2 weeks. And Musselman's offense with a senior-laden team is so deliberate, and their motion is horrible. Khalid Martin out on the point. If he doesn't play well, they struggle. And Florida's metrics, if you look at this team, no team allows less points per 100 possessions. Only one team in adjusted metrics, and that's Kentucky. Florida wins and loses when they defend well. And if they defend well here, they beat Nevada. And look, Nevada's been in the top 25 the entire season, and they're a number 7 seed.
Shows you really
yes, it does.
How useless those seeds are throughout the season. You like the Gators plus the points.
I will. If you're going to put a gun to my head, I'm absolutely going to take the SEC over the Mountain West in this, despite the fact that this team has some experience, meaning Nevada. They have some experience. Last year they made it till they met Sister Mary or whoever it was with Loyola Chicago.
Yeah. Abilene Christian, number 15 against number 2. It used to be that these number 2 seeds, one would fall every year. I don't think that's happened in the last couple. No chance Kentucky loses tonight. Minus 20.5. This is one of those games where you might want to look to take AC in the first half. They're going to be excited as hell. They're going to come out really strong, but I think they're going to tire. This is one of those games where we might have a first half dog and then jump on the favorite in the second half. AC is rolling though, dude. They've won 6 in a row, 8 of their last 9. Not like they're playing anybody. And Kentucky, their schedule is always tough, Tony. They've won 3 of their last 4 coming into the dance. They did lose a heartbreaker against Tennessee, which I actually think might bode well for them. I'm going to take AC in the first half and hope.
AC is in their 6th year of Division I basketball. This is their 6th year. So this is an accomplishment on itself.
Yeah.
And if the reason this game has gone from a 22 and a half down to 20 is because BJ has been declared out, and then he's their leading scorer. Travis,
but everybody loves a BJ.
yeah, especially BJ. I'm sure, and I don't know that. Right?
Well, I don't think BJ loves BJs more than I do.
Going there.
I'm willing to say I love him as much as him.
The Abilene's a non-factor here as far as winning and losing, as you just stated. Their net ratings and their quadrant record really paints the picture for their whole league that they play in. They played one quad team this year, one quad 1 team, Texas Tech, Big 12, and they lost by almost 40 points.
Yeah, and the Raiders are great right now. Really, they got a shot to do some damage.
To give you a quick line on them, on their quads, so 1, 2, 3, and 4s. If you like that net and you follow that quads, they were 0-1 against quad 1s. They didn't play one single quad 2 team. They were 0-0. They were 2-2 against quad 3 teams, and 21-3 against quad 4s, which was conference play. And while they're only a big dance qualifier because they won their conference tournament. So with or without BJ in this game, Texas is going to have a 20-point lead at half. It's whether, and I don't have any faith. I have Kentucky. I have no faith in Ab Christian being able to backdoor. That's the question here. And I gave out a free play. The free play today or 2 days ago was on Kentucky minus the 22. I think even if Travis didn't play, this team is better than they played in the SEC tournament conference. I like them, and I know enough about Ab Christian, just enough to know from their metrics that this is a mismatch.
Tony, the over and under on this game is 132, and I think AC is going to put up a lot of. I mean, they're going to be trying to hit threes all day. They just don't have any other choice. I think Kentucky can put a minimum small 80 on the board. I like the over in this game as well. I think we've got like an 84-52 type of a setup.
And when AC did play the quad one, which I mentioned was Texas Tech, the final score in that game was 82-48. They put up 48 points against a good Texas Tech defense, but don't sleep on Kentucky's defense. So that's close. If it comes like you do, if they can score 50, I would agree with you. This goes over the total.
He's Tony Finn. I'm the Prez. It's Morning Joe and the Pro. We're going to keep them short today, guys. Make sure to head over to WagerTalk.com and please use the promo code Prez89. That's $89 for the next 7 days of all my plays. I really want to give everybody a heads up. Next Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to be adding a show to Morning Joe and Puck Time. I'm going to be doing a baseball preview show. Monday will likely be Brian Leonard and Teddy Covers. Tuesday will be Dave Koken and Marco D'Angelo. And then Wednesday or Thursday we'll have Tony back on to talk more madness and also to get his thoughts on baseball. As well, guys, I'm going to be doing a Game of Thrones preview show, so stay alert for that. Actually made some bets on Game of Thrones, Tony. There's some leaked information out there on Game of Thrones.
Really?
But I don't want to. It's tough, dude, because you can only bet $500 maximum on the Game of Thrones. And does somebody actually want to win the 500 and have season 8 ruined? I don't.
Well, here's my question: Can you trust leaked?
Well, you know what? It's interesting you ask that, Tony, because it's happened a few times in Survivor, and both times it's happened, the leaked information was correct. With that said, Carmine and Kelly have the leaked info, and I refuse to allow them to tell me it because I don't want to make $500. Yeah. $500 is not worth ruining season 8 for me. Now, if they could allow me to bet $5,000, okay, season 8 is ruined. But I actually don't know that leaked info, and I'm not going to tell you that leaked info. Instead, I'm going to tell you what I think will happen and where I think the bets should be made for Game of Thrones. And we are going to do this maybe next Wednesday, so stay tuned. Also, everybody, check out Puck Time today. There's 12 hockey games on tap. We're going to go through each and every one of them, Carmine, Alex, and myself. Tony, best of luck today, my brother. Kill it. And guys, head over and take a look at Tony's six-pack for round 1. True legend in college basketball betting, but even better in baseball, dude. You are a baseball freaking machine.
I am so excited about baseball. So excited. You can't. It's we've already had two teams fall off the futures board because we've already started the regular season in Japan. But we got about another week plus, and we get down to brass tacks, buddy.
Okay, brother, be good. Enjoy your day. Listeners, thanks so much for watching Morning Joe and the Pro, and we'll see you tomorrow with Marco D'Angelo.
Thanks, buddy.